So first, I want to say thank you to everyone who's come up to me, people I know, people I don't know, to say how sorry they were about what Rolly just said. So I really appreciate that. It means a lot. I want to say mazel tov to the bar mitzvah. Sorry we're commandeering your entire morning this morning, but mazel tov. So when Rolly and Felicia asked me to do this Dvar Haftarah, they said to me, we think it would be a good idea if you did like a silent meditation, like a 15-minute silent meditation on the Haftarah. And I said I didn't think that was a good idea. Because in this fellowship, you do something once 30 years ago, and they never let you live it down. So I said to them, I thought I should give a dvar on why I think, I know back on Purim you had the Synagogue Efficiency Committee, why the Haftarah might be something we make more efficient by not doing. They said I shouldn't say that either. So we're going to talk about the Haftarah. So it's from Ezekiel, special for this week. I'm sorry, I can't see anything. So there's a middle line right in the middle of this Haftarah that I want to focus on. So, but first I want you to think about all the phrases that have to do with the word heart. That someone's the heart and soul of something, right? They gave it all their heart. And if you follow music, you might know Neil Young sang about a heart of gold. Elton John said, "Don't go breaking my heart." As I'm sure you know, the Grateful Dead sang about the foolish heart. And for the young people, I learned that Taylor Swift said, you can do it with a broken heart. Right? Where are the girls? Yeah. So that's a focus right here in this Torah portion. In this Haftarah. After all these things that the prophet says that we did wrong, and that we made mistakes, and we had turned away, and we had become really idolatrous and become kind of an embarrassment, really, if you will. The prophet says right in the middle that says, well, we're going to change how you act by saying you're going to get a new heart. B'zarakti alechem mayim tehorim, that we're going to get pure water to tehartem mikol tumotechem, that's going to purify all of the things that you've done wrong, and ataher, I will purify you. And then it says, "V'natati lachem lev chadash v'ruach chadasha aten b'kirbechem." I'll give you a new heart and a new spirit. And I was thinking about that because what does that mean? And why is it that the heart is the focus? It doesn't say I'll give you a new mind. It doesn't say I'll give you a new understanding of how things might be. It says I'll give you a new heart. And we can think about in the tefillot, we say, right? V'taher libenu. Purify our hearts. We say it in the Ahava Rabbah. So all the commentators follow Rashi. So Rashi says a new heart means an inclination that has been renewed for the better. Because right after it talks about the heart, it says now you'll go back, follow the mitzvot, you'll go back to being a holy people. And in thinking about that, I think one of the essences that we can also take for today is that the heart is the source of empathy. It's where we can feel with other people. And Adin Steinsaltz, he said something really beautiful. He said a new heart is, I will take your hard heart, like the Pharaoh, and I will make it soft and sensitive. And then the Radak in the 13th century, he said something also beautiful. He said, a new heart means I'm going to give you a listening heart. Right? Because it says I'm going to remove the stiffness, the hardness of your heart, and replace it with the heart of flesh. And in our world today, we need a lot more hearts of flesh. Because for whatever we want to say about what's happening in our country, in Israel, around the world, I think that the way to be able to do some of the things that are happening, some of the things that Grace beautifully talked about, is because you have a hard heart. And I think that's what it meant that the Pharaoh had a hard heart. He had no empathy. We have leaders today that have no empathy for anyone else. And that's what can allow you to do the things that you're doing. But I'll just say, in my work, as Rolly said, working with people experiencing homelessness and vulnerability, I will tell you, my staff, these are people I've never seen with softer hearts, with kinder hearts, with sensitive hearts every single day. Looking at people, we focus on dignity and compassion for these people who feel invisible all the time. And that I can see that it brings that out in the folks that we're serving. Their hearts will soften, because building trust is what's most important in the work that we do. And when we bring people, volunteers and other people into our services, that's the other phrase, we melt hearts, so that you see the people on the streets, you see these folks as human beings. You have empathy, not just as people who you can walk by and ignore. So I pray that as we hear this Haftarah, and that as we think about where we're at, it's Lev Chadash that we need. Ruach Chadasha. We need to soften our hearts, be more sensitive, be more caring, be more listening. And that might be how we bring more peace to our world. Shabbat Shalom.